Hi, my name is Rachelle Smith, certified personal fitness trainer, professional speaker, and author. Last time I cooked off this marketing series, this introductory series here on marketing for fitness facility leaders. I look forward to continuing this conversation on this episode by highlighting, doing a little show and tell of some marketing pieces that I've received here in the last, few months here. And so we're actually going to kind of review each one, kind of give you some thoughts off the top of my head. As I mentioned before, I'm trained in marketing, started my career in marketing, and I always enjoy receiving all of these fitness facility marketing pieces. And I've been into, of course, all of these places. I've been inside, I've toured facilities, multiple facilities in many cases of the particular franchise or of the particular corporate location. And so I look forward to kind of sharing my thoughts moving forward during this series. So first off here, we've got Title Boxing Club. And Title Boxing Club in Inc. magazine 2015, they were actually the top ranked fitness facility. So out of, they rate 5,000, there's actually each year 5,000 franchise businesses are ranked, and the Title Boxing Club actually ranked 250. And so in terms of fitness facilities, they ranked number one. And so if you look at their marketing, of course, very prominent red, white, and black. Very, very common fitness colors, particularly for fitness facilities. Very, very common. But it says here, bring in this voucher for a complimentary power hour, boxing or kickboxing fix workout for you and a friend. So very, very important. What they're trying to do here is kind of the law of two, particularly when it comes to fitness. If you can get someone to bring a buddy, if you can get someone to bring someone else, or you allow people to bring a guest, as is the case in your Planet Fitness, where if you get their Black Card membership, the guest can come for free. A law of two, because accountability and just having a buddy system works well in terms of motivation for a lot of people. So those facilities that can really highlight that and focus on that are really, really kind of ahead of the curve. And as you can see, your first shot free. So they're just a promotion. They're trying to get you in there. They want to get folks, prospective members, in the door. Come on in for free. They're not telling you what it costs a month, because you've got to initially get people past the hurdle to even consider, is this something I want to do? Is this a facility? So you need to upfront give them an opportunity to kind of try it out. Second, and I think what Title does very well, and it's very consistent too, if you look at kind of some of their social media marketing, they're very big on profiling members. I think they do an excellent job of profiling members, those who belong to their particular facility. And this one, there's actually a lady named Kara who's a teacher, chocolate lover, and a muscle molder who's a member of Title. So they actually highlight this person, this member. And so you always kind of want to, it's great to be able to visually show people. A prospective member may see this and think, wow, she looks just like me, or he looks just like me. And there's that whole relatability factor that can be very, very persuasive. So Title is really kind of taking the fitness world by storm. That franchise model, they're doing extremely well. And I think that's because, again, that particularly in my opinion, that kind of law of two, getting buddies in, getting people to try it for free, kind of announcing that free trial offer, but also profiling exactly who is a member and who would be a good member of that facility. Second, we've got 9 Round Fitness, which is a 30-minute boxing circuit. And so they, of course, are also rising the ranks when it comes to franchise, both according to Inc. magazine and Entrepreneur magazine. And so essentially, it's a newer concept. And what I see, because kind of in the overall fitness world in general, is this big trend from your larger facilities to smaller, more specialized facilities. And this is an example of that. Title Boxing is an example of that. And so with 9 rounds, essentially, kind of to give you a brief overview, but there's 9 different stations in each individual facility, and each individual station represents one particular aspect of fitness or one particular aspect of the workout. The workout changes each and every time, so there is variety, there's different things that folks can do. And so in the individual, of course you can do it by yourself, but there's also a trainer there. And so you're kind of getting the personal training is built into the price, is built into the membership, and that's something that could be very advantageous from a cost standpoint, but also you've got the trainer there with folks to help to motivate them, but also too from a liability standpoint. And so it's a 30-minute circuit. And that's one common theme I'm seeing on a lot of the fitness marketing is they're really appealing to this concept of people are busy. People don't have a lot of time. You can get in and work out in 30 minutes and be done. And so you'll see this here. They're highlighting that. Planet Fitness, of course, highlights it as well. And several others. Anytime Fitness, that 30-minute workout model. So very, very important. And last thing I want to point out is also, too, they give fitness, nutrition guidance here at 9 Round Fitness. So they also are very big. Your first session is free, so highlighting that, come on in, try us for free. But also they've got testimonials. Testimonials are so powerful. If you're not leveraging testimonials, you are truly missing out. But again, you've got to have metrics, you've got to have parameters in place that shows what type of results people in your facility are experiencing. But if you can highlight testimonials, testimonials sell, particularly those with pictures, where you can look at the person and say, oh, this person achieved that, oh, then I need to be at that place, or those people generate results. So just wanted to kind of highlight this particular facility as well. Next, we've got the ubiquitous marketing of Planet Fitness, and we've all seen it. They advertise on TV, they advertise, we receive these kind of with some of the circulars in the mail, and these typically go, I think I at least get them every other month, at least, okay? And so, and typically when you see these type of large mailer promotions, they also coincide with TV advertising. So very, very big. Planet Fitness, without a doubt, is a marketing powerhouse. They do a great job with their marketing. Very consistent. Everything, you walk into their facilities, everything is branded Planet Fitness. And so it's a ubiquitous model. There are pins, there are stickers, you see them on the back of cars. They've got t-shirts. And so their marketing team, particularly in their headquarters of the franchise, they do a really good job at their marketing and so this is a particular offer. You see $1 down, expires July 14th. And so one thing we all know about, and I'm going to talk about this in a future episode on price, but they've kind of really perfected this kind of pricing, this discount pricing model. So they're constantly promoting. There's constantly a sale going on. Like, say for instance, if I was thinking about joining a gym, and I actually have been a member of Planet Fitness in the past, a great gym, great facility, wasn't a good fit for me. I worked out one time and just kind of recognized that it wasn't a good fit for me, but I still remain and have great respect for the franchise and for the Planet Fitness brand. And so they're constantly advertising. There's constantly a sale. So and this is of course is something that we'll talk about with business strategy and pricing a little bit later on, but kind of once you go down the bandwagon of competing on price and being the discount facility and the discount franchise, you will never ever be able to break away from that. The kind of the discount facility, and so you constantly have to advertise, and then you need a very great and big amount of volume and large volume of members in order to be able to be solvent, to break even, to even make a profit. And so when you have kind of these lower prices, you're going to need many more members than a facility that may charge even $30 or $40 or $50 or definitely $70, $80 a month. And so that is kind of their strategy. It's worked for them. And so they also advertise the 30-minute workout, of course, on the bottom here. And as you can see, any type of branding that they have, they just, all machines are branded Planet Fitness. They just do an excellent job in terms of their branding and their marketing. Next year, received this from Beaumont, which actually is formerly Beaumont Hospital. They have a renewed weight loss program, and actually attended a weight loss seminar when I was doing my undercover research earlier this year. And if you see, this says here, is your weight problem a medical problem? So of course they're tying in potentially obesity, people being overweight, with some underlying medical problems, because Beaumont and the former Botsford was a hospital. So they've got classes, they've got seminars. You can see some of the copy here. What you need isn't another fad diet, it's a doctor. So they talk about kind of their strategies and programs and even surgeries to help people lose weight. And as you can see, it's very consistent here. When you think about weight loss and how people are measuring inches lost and all of that, very consistent branding here. And so good job by Botsford and Beaumont Hospital. Next, we've got Anytime Fitness. We know they're actually ranked #1 for 15, actually the #1 global franchise according to Entrepreneur Magazine for 2015. This is the monthly shopper that comes out here in Novi. They come to all different communities across the country, but this one was specifically here for Novi back in early May. And so they were announcing their open house here at the Anytime Fitness here in Novi. And of course, they've got some of their specials that they had: 50% off enrollment, 50% off key fob, $50 off membership. So with Anytime Fitness, they're really taking the world by storm. They've got, more than 3,300 locations after only being founded 13 years ago. And they are really taking the fitness world by storm. But Anytime Fitness, you don't see a lot of national advertising. Of course, it's a franchise model, so the individual franchisors tend to do their own marketing. And so we'll kind of talk about, in my opinion, their real strength, and in my opinion, why they're so successful, is their kind of in-facility experience. We'll talk about that in a future point. And lastly, want to highlight, you can always kind of tell the corporate folks versus the kind of individual franchisees or franchisor model in terms of marketing. Wanted to wrap things up by highlighting Lifetime Fitness. Lifetime Fitness, we know it's corporate owned. They've got locations across the country, very selective about where they open their facilities. And so this is a Lifetime, a very expensive marketing piece, direct mail I received here earlier this year. And Lifetime, of course, their tagline is the healthy way of life company. But, you know, not only, of course, is this a full page booklet here with just I mean, it's just wonderful quality, just incredibly expensive. And I can tell you as a former marketing person, you won't believe how expensive something like this is. But it goes along with their concept. Okay, they are a niche type facility, and their pricing is way up there. We're going to talk about their pricing model. But when you have kind of the prestige brand, I consider Lifetime to be like the Lexus of fitness facilities, where you've got this prestige brand and you've got this image to protect. Everything they do, both inside their facilities and of course in their marketing and their advertising pieces, must reflect that image. And so it's very important when you think about that, you kind of contrast that to different strategies, with Planet Fitness being the discount model, $10 a month, but actually from a pricing standpoint, they now have 3 price points, 10, 15, and I believe it's 20 or $19.99. So they no longer have just the 10 and the 20. They now got that $15 model. So we'll talk about that in the pricing episode, but you can see that discount model would just kill this brand. And that's one thing with corporate folks, when they've got a brand team, they've got a marketing team in Minnesota that is really working hard to protect their brand. They've defined their brand well, but I would expect something like this from a corporate entity, as opposed to kind of the more, you know, franchisor or the franchisee who's basically trying to kind of find his or her way in the marketing world and do the best that they can. But Lifetime is very corporate, so they, of course, charge a premium for membership, but that's based on their image, but their marketing also reflects that. And so it's very important that whatever marketing that you pursue, you must be consistent with your strategy. What are you trying to do? Okay, and there's a whole different, there's different kind of things and factors that fall into that. Your pricing, all of that. We'll talk about that in future episodes, but I just wanted to highlight the importance of marketing, the importance of marketing collaterals, and kind of show you the different ways, the different strategies that different facilities do things and what they highlight. Okay, Lifetime's got a very wide. It's, in my opinion, I call it a fitness destination facility. Okay, you go to their facilities, they've got you can go there and camp out for 8 hours. You know, they've got some of everything there, and it's a very family-oriented strategy. And of course, from a pricing standpoint, from a revenue standpoint, that's very smart, because if you can bring families in, you can bring kids in, you can get them involved in swim clubs and swim programs and leagues and things like that. So we'll talk about that more on strategy, but just recognize marketing is something, there's so much you heard me say in the last episode of fitness you can't control, but marketing is something that you can control. So think about your strategy. If you don't have one, develop a strategy, and then you can have tactics that kind of derive and flow from that strategy in order to help build awareness about your facility, stimulate interest, then trial, then action. You want to get people moving. Remember the AIDA model that I mentioned: awareness, interest, desire, and action. But it's all about trial. You want somebody to receive a piece from you in the mail and say, well, I've got to go to that place. I want to try that place. Because truly, if you can get people into your facility and they have a positive experience, the rest will fall into place. So I thank you so much for your time. Make it a wonderfully fit day.